my Paper Connection Facebook Live. I'm Vicki Parsons, and I am going to be doing paper pumpkin alternatives. So tonight is Paper Pumpkin Alternative Night, and this is the March 2021. Here's to you, Paper Pumpkin, and it is full of fun stuff. It actually came, I'll show you everything in a second, but I'm really excited about it, so I'm a little chatty. It comes with a sponge and 4 different stencils, as well as all the other you normally get. So it's really fun. And I've already gone ahead and created the 2 cards that Stampin' Up! Suggests that we create. So I did want to tell you that the next Paper Pumpkin is going to be so cool. I mean, literally so cool. And it's going to be all about ice cream, and it's going to start getting warmer, and so we're going to have fun with these. And so you will want to, if you are not already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, it's $22 a month, and you can opt in and out, that you don't have to do it every single month if you don't want, but why wouldn't you? And you can sign up through me, and it pings on the 10th of the month. So basically you can sign up anytime, but like the cutoff date for So Cool is March 10th. March 10th? No, that's not right. April 10th. That's the cutoff. You can start now, and you cut off April 10th, and then they'll start shipping them out after that. So that's going to be really cool. Also on Friday, I am doing Feature Fridays. This week I'm featuring the Kangaroo and Company Stamp Set and Dies, and I have a really cute project for you that you're not going to want to miss it. That's on YouTube at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and there was one other thing I want to tell you. I don't have a copy of it yet, though, and that's the new annual catalog. We get a new annual catalog every year. And this year it starts in May rather than in June, and it's full of fun stuff. And I get to order them on Thursday. So if you would like an annual catalog, you don't already have a demonstrator, let me know and I'll be. And I'll fix it where you can see my face part of the time. Eesh. Okay, so, oops, I almost turned over my water there. It's allergy season in Georgia, and so I am like constantly with water and cough drops and Zyrtec and you name it, and tissues. So if you see me blow my nose or have to take something to drink, please don't mind me. Just carry on. We'll keep going with it. Okay, so every kit comes with instructions, and they show you step by step of how to create their designs. I like to go rogue, and so I have to do my own little thing. So this particular kit came with, this particular kit came with a sponge. I've already used some of them, so sorry, it's kind of messy, but clouds, these little green strips, trees, a stamp set, a stamping spot in Calypso Coral, and it came with these card fronts that we'll put on anything basically, and then it comes with these cards which has a design already printed on it, and the pretty peacock design that you would put your designs on, the card fronts on. Okay, then did I show you that it came with stencils? No, I did not, because it's in my first project, and I'm going to use those. So I tell you what, instead of just going through, although I do want to show you this one thing, they have all of these really cool envelopes. They kind of remind me of paper bags that you would get when you go to the grocery store. I take my own bags, but that's what they kind of remind me of. I've never seen them do this before, but they have these 2 different things, and you just slip them down inside so that your envelope is decorated. And I don't think you actually have to glue it down all the way on there, because that might be a little tricky. But you do, if you put glue right in here, right in this spot right here, it'll stay in place. So I have used some of these for card fronts. So let me go ahead and just get this stuff out of the way because I already have everything I need already put aside. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Okay, so for my first one, I'm actually going to use the stencil, and I'm going to use Bumblebee Ink, Pretty Peacock, Night of Navy, and Sahara Sand. And I'm going to use two of the stencils. So what I've done ahead of time was I took, hey Renee, how are you doing? I'll go ahead and get going with this. I got sidetracked there, sorry. But the way I did this was I took my my trimmer, okay, and my image was inside of it. So I just went along and kind of put it right there in that track, and then I just cut along it, and then I turned and did it like that, and I was able to cut it out and still have this left over. So I'm not going to need that particular piece right this minute. You can see while I was playing around to figure out what I wanted to do with it. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me go ahead and get my Stampin' Pierce mat. It is actually, the stamp set is photopolymer, as most of our things are. You know what I'm missing? I keep thinking, I can't, what's going on? I don't feel right. It's my glasses. I have to wear my glasses. So I don't do well without them. Okay, these are the really cool stencils that it came with. It came with stars, mountains, clouds, and a sunburst. And I'm going to use the mountains and the sunburst for this particular project. I'm not actually going to use the stars or the clouds tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and put those away. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this side of this particular image here of the mountains stencil. And I'm going to do it about like this. And I'm just going to hold it down really well. But before I do that, I'm actually going to take my Stampin'. Let me just pause for a second and breathe. Okay, I get so excited that I can't get going. Okay, okay. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes my brain gets to rushing so fast that my mouth can't keep up with it. Okay, so I like to cut these in 6s. You can also cut them in 4s if you want a little bit more real estate, but that's all I'm going to do is in 6s. And I just wanted to show you, because you can, these are so cheap. You get them from the catalog. I think there's 3 of them to a package, and you can cut them apart and then really make them go far. Hey, Carol. Okay, so let me just keep going. All right, I'm using Sahara Sand, and I'm just going to, let me see if I can get any ink on there. Yeah, I used the sponge dauber earlier, but it didn't feel like I did very good with it, so I thought, well, I'll try the sponge and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to hold it down really well so it doesn't go anywhere. And I probably should washi tape it down, but I'm not. And if I see that I like the sponge thing better, y'all, I'm just going to do it. Okay. Okay. I think I might try it just a little bit. Oh, no, 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 no. Be still, be still. My main concern is making sure that the top is lined up. I'm not really worried about the bottom, and you'll see why. I'm just going to remove it in a minute. Yep. So now I'll just go down like this. Most of this is not going to be seen anyway because I'm going to put trees. I really don't want there to be a line there though, because I don't want that to show through. So when I did it before, I didn't go all the way down to that line. But you know what? The camera goes on and I get nervous. So there's that. Okay, a little darker than I wanted it, but you can see how that works. Okay, all right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my trees. And for that, I'm going to use Pretty Peacock. I know, Shaded Spruce seems to be the better color for it, but I'm using Pretty Peacock behind it, and it just kind of clashed and it didn't look quite right. And I'm going to go ahead and put a cough drop in my mouth, so excuse me. Allergies are the pits, man. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put it right. I don't want any of the bottom to show, any of the mountain on the bottom to show, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it like that. And as I go on, you end up tapering it down like that. And I think that's all the farther I'm going to go down with that. Okay, let me clean that off so I don't get it all over the place. How's everybody doing tonight? Despite the allergies, I'm doing great. I really am. Okay, so now I'm going to use Bumblebee. Oh, I know, Carol. I really shouldn't be nervous with you guys, but I don't know what it is. It's just when the camera comes on, all of a sudden I get really chatty and nervous, and ugh, I don't like that feeling. Anyway, I think it's normal though. All right, so I'm going to use my blending brush. I don't know if you guys have used these yet, but they are fantastic. I like to put them on my face because they feel so soft. Not with ink on them, obviously, but I like the feel of it. Okay, and another tip I can let you know about. All you have to do is use a little bit of dishwashing detergent, like the liquid stuff, and water, warm water, and these things clear up perfectly. And so, I mean, you don't have to have one for every color. Okay, I'm really going to try hard to hold this down. And I'm not going to go all the way down on it. And I kind of want it to be a little bit darker up at the top up there. I don't want like perfect rays. I want them to be a little bit more organic. Maybe, is that the word? I think it's the word. It sounds like I'm fancy saying that anyway. I'm not, but it sounds like it. Okay, now we're going to use the Night of Navy, and we're going to do little birds in there. And I looked at it because I couldn't tell which direction really, I don't know, I just couldn't quite tell which direction they should go. But I looked how they had it on the brochure, and the wings need to go V up like that, which makes total sense. But I just couldn't quite figure it myself, so. All right. Okay. You hear background noises. My adorable husband is cooking supper for us tonight. I did the vegetables, and he's doing something on the grill. And I can't wait because he cooks really good stuff on the grill. Okay, let me get that stuff out of the way. Put this to the side for right now. And I'm going to use I have been trying really hard to like this. And I'm getting there. I don't do real good with like taking it, like it not sucking back up in there sometimes. And I think sometimes it's because I do it too hard. I did learn though that if you put your silicone mat under it, then it will, you can start it really easily with your silicone mat. So if it got back up in there because you didn't either check it off or lift it just the right way or whatever, you can put your silicone mat and then start on the silicone mat, and it will start it right up. It's amazing. Okay, let's see. Let me see where I want to. I'm just going to put this inside of here. I think I might actually put glue on the bottom of this one though, because that way I can move it around if I need to. It's a really pretty day here today. We've had some yucky days lately, but it's really pretty. It's just a lot of pollen. And then, of course, my neighbor ended up mowing his yard today, which stirs the allergies up too. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, so I cut off a piece of this. This is that envelope insert. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that up at the top, excuse me, and at the bottom, I cut a little small piece at the bottom for it. I think this is an inch by 4 inches. Let's see. It is. It's 1 inch by 4 inch. And the one that I'm going to put at the bottom is 1/2 inch by 4 inches. Okay, I need to move it over just a little bit. Okay, so it'll be, okay, stop. Yo. Okay, let's try this again. Now I'm crooked. Oh boy, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Okay, let's try this again. I probably should have done this before I actually put the thing down in the middle. There. Okay. All right, see, now I know I'm going to do this because I wouldn't have had to peel it up every time. So I'm just going to put this down here at the bottom. There really wasn't any way that I could cut it out and it'd be perfect. And I'm going to show you something else. I got a little carried away and I cut that too far that way, but I'm going to cover it up with some embellishments and it's going to be all right. All right, let me just kind of put this down a little bit more because I do want it to lay down well. And I'm going to take a little bit of glue right up under there because it kind of got loose from where I kept pulling it up. But it'll be all right. Watching me do this, anybody, you ought to know that anybody can do this. Okay, I was going to put my stamp. I think I was going to put that there and then put one, yeah. I'm going to put that there and I'm going to use my mini blue dots, no, mini dimensionals back here. And the kit actually comes with mini dimensionals, but I just grabbed these because they were close. And then I'm going to stamp using, I think I will use the Pretty Peacock for it. And pardon me, I'm going to have to dab my nose. It's beautiful there in Connecticut. How's the weather? It's been in the 70s here, which is really nice. I'm just ready for the pollen to quit doing whatever it's doing. Okay, so I think I'm going to do, here's to you on this one. Pull this back in. It's really quite embarrassing because, you know, I cough with my allergies. I'll cough and I'll sniff and it's really embarrassing going out in public because people look at you like you have corona or something, and I don't like that. even though I'm wearing a mask, people still like to look at you funny, you know, and it's kind of embarrassing. So I'll limit how much I go out. My granddaughter had a sinus infection. She's 13, and she did not want to go to church Sunday a week ago because she was sniffing and coughing, and she was like, I just don't want anybody to say anything to me. And so her mom let her stay home, and she was back this Sunday. She had actually taken a round of antibiotics to get rid of the sinus infection. She was doing a lot better. But that seems to be the way things go around here with the allergies. All right, I'm going to stick that right there. Okay, and I'm going to stick this one. I think I'll take that one off. And then I'll just put a little bit of glue behind it. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want it to be, I don't want it to be double elevated. So I want it to rest on there, but I don't want it to be popped up above that. Okay, and the last thing that I will do is I have some of these cute little things, and I'm going to cover that little cut place up. And I think it'll be all right. I think I can do it with the smaller one. I'm just going to put 3 of them down here. That way it'll just kind of cover it up so it's not as noticeable. Yeah, that's super cute. I like that. And then you still have room to sign your card. You can write on the inside, front, or right in here. If you have to, you could sign on the back. But that is super cute. And I love this image. Like it a lot. Okay, for the next one then. Okay, let's see. The next one is not nearly as involved, but I took the inside that I had cut out of the other one, and this is a piece of petal pink, 5.5 by 8.5. This is one of the cards that I just cut down to 4 by 5.25, and then this is one of those inserts. It's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I knew I would need to be reminded of that, so I think I'm just going to use glue, and then that way I can adjust it if I don't do it just right, since it seems to be one of those nights. It's been a couple weeks since I've been able to do this. My husband was away for a month. Hey, Kathy. My husband was away for a month teaching a school to military people for crisis communication. He's a public affairs superintendent. He's a senior master sergeant, and he wrote the whole course and taught the whole course, and he did so well. I mean, I am so proud of him. But he was gone to Tennessee for a month, and I went down to Florida. We have a little place down there, and I stayed at our little house down there, and my mother-in-law lives 3 doors down. She's a stamper too, and we have fun. She's actually on my team. We have fun stamping and making things, sending them to each other, showing them off. But I don't have internet reception there except through my phone. And so I couldn't do lives while I was there. Then I got home, and I was home 2 days, I think, and my best friend came from St. Louis. And I don't get to see her enough for me to be doing that kind of work. So we just hung out and played, had a good time. So this piece is Seaside Spray, and it's cut at 3 1/8 by 3 3/8. And that was just so that it would fit that little piece that I cut out of the first one. Okay. I love that little image, though. It's so pretty. Okay. And then I have this piece. Okay. That was a note to myself because I don't do these ahead of time. I just, I kind of get an idea of what I'm going to do, but I don't really do them. So I cut things and I create, and then I'm like, what was I going to do with that? I don't remember. So I wrote a note to myself that I was going to do a happy birthday 3 times. I think this would actually, even though it's got petal pink in it, I think it would be a nice card for a guy. Oh, I know what I need to do. Hang on, I'm going to go get my Seaside Spray ink. I had it right here the whole time because I'm going to use it on another project. What branch is he in? He is full-time Air National Guard. You know, you have traditional guardsmen that only do the weekend, and then you have what they call AGR, and they're active duty, and he's one of the active duty. So he works full-time with the military. The good thing about AGR, though, is they don't move you around. They will deploy you, which he's deploying in January, but they don't move you. They won't make you move from location to location. And that I'm happy about, because we love it here in Georgia. Our kids and grandkids are here. So our other kids are in England, and it wouldn't matter where we lived. We won't be near them. So because of where they live, we just have to go visit. As soon as stupid Rona is over, ugh, I haven't seen them in a year and a half. And I'm itching to get a hold of my 6-year-old granddaughter and my son and daughter-in-law, but especially that granddaughter. She's amazing. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go ahead. It seemed like I was going to do something with this. Yeah, I think I was going to do this. So I'll put some on the back of half of it because I'm kind of going to do that same thing as I did with the other. Make sure I did it the right way. I did. Carol, you said you're not fond of this paper pumpkin. Well, you know what? I wasn't sure if I was going to be fond of it either, but I feel like I need to do it to make myself be fond of it. So I'm enjoying it so far. I definitely like it better than I thought I would. Okay, so now I'm just going to take these little doolollies off. Okay, I think I got that all off. And then I'm just going to put these down here. I think I might need to re-ink my Seaside spray, but it's good. I mean, anybody that gets it is going to be proud and happy to get it. So I'm just going to put them in here like this. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Using the Seaside spray, I think, makes it a little bit more masculine since I use the petal pink here, but I really like that. And I don't think I'm going to put any kind of fancy stuff on it. I do see some little things that need to be trimmed off. You know how when you pop them out? I should have done that before I put them down. But just trim those off real quickly. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's the second project. Go ahead and put that to the side. Okay, so now the next project. I'm going to use this for this one. And this one I'm going to make into a gatefold. So just let me clean up my mess real quick. I don't like working in a messy environment. Plus I end up knocking stuff off. So, alrighty. So all I'm going to need for this one is Seaside spray, I think. Okay. So for this one, I have a piece of 5.5 by 8.5. Let me catch up. Okay. No, I am going to need that, but I need this. And so I'm going to turn it into a gatefold. And in order to do that, I'll have to take it. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do because you make cards. But I'm going to take it at 2 1/8 right here. 2 1/8. Your front, one panel is 4 1/4 worth. 2 1/8 is half of that. So I'm going to take it right to the 2 1/8 line and score it. And rather than trying to calculate it, I'm just going to flip it over and take it right to 2 1/8. Okay. All right. And then I'm just going to bring my little one in because I like using it better. And for this one, 2 1/8 score. 1 7/8. Okay, I tried to figure out what the halfway point is on this one. This is actually 3 3/4. So I'm just gonna go right down the middle like that, and it's almost perfect. It is perfect. Okay, so then I'll put that away, and I'm gonna go ahead and burnish this. I'm going to miss Seaside spray, y'all. It's such a pretty color. I do like the new end colors, though. I'm out of focus again, aren't I? Let's see if that helps. Something is going on with my camera. I'm not real sure why it's doing that. Okay, so that didn't go all the way together, so I probably should have not done it quite as far as I did. It's okay though. Okay, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. My favorite of the new in colors, for those of you who are not demonstrators, we have 5 new in colors coming out in May, and they played a guessing game. And I am not very good with that sort of thing, but I took the videos that the company gave us for guessing, and I put them on my team page, and I made a game out of it for my team. And they had so much fun watching those videos and guessing the names. And would you believe it, I had one person, my best friend who was here, she guessed 3 of them right. And then one of my other team members, Michelle Kuchstel, she guessed 1 of them right. So we had all but 1 of them guessed, and the only one that was not guessed was the the papaya one. Wasn't it the name of it? One of the papaya ones. I can't remember what the name of it is, but that's the only one that my girls did not guess. So I was right proud of them. And both Michelle and Kim are going to receive a package of the in color cardstock that has all of the different colors combined in the package. They're going to get that. And then all my other team members who participated got their name in a drawing, and they're going to get some small prize. Okay, oh, isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, so I just took oh my goodness, I'm out of focus. Okay, so hopefully that fixed it. So sorry, I am definitely going to have to get a new camera. This one's only about a year old, and it's actually a video camera, so it shouldn't be doing that, but there. I think that fixed it. Okay. All right. I had to wait until Facebook kind of caught up so that I could see if it actually was fixed or not. When you do these things live, you don't see it live. It has a delay. Okay, so I just put the minis right here on the trees, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. It's trying to get out of focus again. Let's see if I can do something with it. I don't know if that's going to work, but hopefully it will. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on right in here. I want to bring it down to where it's on the bottom. Like that. Okay, and I'm going to let that dry. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for just a second, and I am going to stamp. I'm going to do this one a happy birthday one as well, and I'm going to use Pretty Peacock for it. I think I just stuck my finger in it. Isn't that just the way it goes? Okay. There we go. Okay, and I will use the little dimensionals on the back side of it. Hopefully it won't get out of focus again. My husband he's very picky about that kind of thing. He'll have a fit when he finds out it went out of focus again. He'll be out trying to get me another new camera for it. He's sweet like that. Okay, I think I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to do it like this. And then I'm going to just trim this off here, the back side. Just go around the oval like that. got a little glue on it. I'll definitely have to clean my scissors afterwards. I don't want to cut that little tree piece off though. Okay, then I'm going to put it on this side rather than that side. So I'm going to use my larger dimensionals and just put them right along the edge here. Ooh, I'm liking this, y'all. Not quite. Okay, I did notice that I did not do that perfectly, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take one of these little sponge thingies. I'm just going to go along the edge right in there. I think that's going to take care of it. I don't want to get it on the card, but I do want to cover that white up. And since I got it a little bit, I'm just going to kind of mess up the bottom of it there, put more ink on it so it's not so obvious. Just make it a little darker, like I meant to. Okay. All right, I do have some pretties, because this could go for a guy or a girl, I think. I think I'm going to use the blue ones, since that's what we've got going on. Let me see if I have one that's started already. No. Okay. I think I'll put one up there. And one over here. Oh, shoot. My fingers were dirty. Okay. I may just have to do that instead. Well, that looks kind of silly, I think. I wonder if I put a smaller one on there, if it would look better. I may just have to put me some clouds going on up there. Because you know I'm kind of picky. Okay, that's good enough. That will work. Don't you just hate it when you have messy fingers and you do that? Okay, last project. I do like that project though. It's super cute. Thank you, Carol. I like how they turned out. So I saw on the little brochure that they give you that they had made some kind of a bag. I did not have time to go and read or go online and figure out what they did. So I just did my own. And this is using the envelope, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and you'll have to pardon my notes because I'm definitely going to have them here. Get this stuff out of the way. Bring in my cutting tool. And to do this, I'm going to put it at 1/8 of an inch, which is that one big line right there. Right there. So, because that, not big line, but medium-sized line. All right, and I'm just going to go along and cut the side off like that. And then I'm going to flip it around. I think I'm going to put it up here this time so that it's a straight edge rather than that. I could have probably flipped it over and it would have been fine. Okay, so got that done. Get that out of the way. Although I still need it. So for this one, I wrote instructions so that I would show you. I want this, as I open this up, I want this to be, and let me just take this off right here. I don't want those to show. I guess I could have just cut them off, but I just tore them off the last one and it worked fine. Probably should have left it on for reinforcement, but it'll work. Okay, so this is how it's going to end up going. And I want this to be up at the top where it's rounded. And so what I'm going to do before I cut this is I'm going to go ahead and score this. And I'm going to score it so that it is at, what did I say? 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch is right here. So I'm just going to score it like this. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do 1/2 inch again. I'm really excited about this, and I'll show you in a minute why I'm so excited about it. Okay, so then what I did on this is I measured. This is 5 1/8, and I need it to be 4 1/8. So I measured the let's see, it would be 2 1/2 is 5. If I do 2 1/16 and I mark it with my pen, is that right? No, this would be 2 1/16. 2 1/2, 2 and whatever 6/16, I don't know. Whatever the number, I'm putting it right here, and I'm going to do a half mark right there. I think that wasn't actually necessary, but it's okay. What I needed to know, I do need a whole inch off of it though, and so it will help me to kind of look and see. I'm going to do half off of one side and half off of the other, and I think that's going to show me that it's about right. All right, so I'll flip it around to do half on this side. Okay, and then I need this to be 3 5/8, and I want the rounded part to stay, so I'm going to take it into right about there. Yep. And I wrote all that on the back so that I wouldn't forget. Okay, that's all my cutting with the cutting board. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and fold this, burnish it, do the trimming of my sides, all of that. And this is the last project, so I will have you off of here soon. Okay, so, oh, one more I needed to do. So sorry. Okay, so what I want to do is I want there to be a 3/4 inch, I think it was a 3/4 inch bottom. And so I'm going to take it to the score line that's already there. I'm going to put it at 3/4 inches, get that scoring blade out of the way, and then I'm going to do it at 3/4 like that. And the reason I did that was because that's how long, or that's how much space I have here, and I wanted it to match. Now I'm done with all of that. Okay, so let me go ahead and burnish these. Burnish that. Okay, all right, so now I'll cut everything that needs to be cut. So right here, I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to do a little bit of mitering here. So just go ahead and do that. I don't think I did quite enough, or did I? Nope, not quite enough, so I'll just trim that off there. Yeah, so I said that I had not done these in a couple weeks, and it's like starting all over again. When I don't do them for a couple of weeks, it's like I have to remember all the things. So it's like I'm doing it for the first time all over again. I'm going to get a little bit bigger pair of scissors, and I need to tidy that up a little bit, and it will be easier to do with longer blades. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one with the longer blade. Have a greater chance of doing it evenly that way. Okay, and then I will go ahead and miter and cut, miter and cut. Okay, and that's all the cutting I do to that. Okay, All right, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus for this while everything falls to the ground. And when you're doing these, you have to be aware of where you're putting your glue. So I want glue to be on the inside of this. Get some of this stuff out of the way. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. And this one is so super strong that you have to be careful that you don't do it too hard or you will tear the paper right off of it. It does the work of tearing tape. All right, so for this one, since the flap comes down like this, which I'll take care of those sides there. Since the flap comes down like this, I don't want the back of it to overlap the front. I want it to go to the back like that. So this will get the Stampin' Seal Plus, whatever the name of it is, right here. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to put this down on the bottom, and then I'm just going to make a right angle there and stick that together. Stuck it to the side right there, or to the bottom. Then I'm going to do the same here. I don't know if you can see that for what I'm doing. Then I'll just lay it down, and I'll make those things kind of rest, the sides rest in the fold like that. And that's made my little box. And you're probably wondering, what in the world can you get in a box that tiny? And I'm going to show you in just a minute. Okay, now it's off a little bit down here because this is 3/4 of an inch. So it's a little bigger at the bottom than it is at the top. But it's okay. It really is okay. I bet you people won't even notice it, except that I just pointed it out. Okay, scissors. All right, so I'm going to get that out of the way, and I'm just going to trim right along here. Get that out of the way so that it doesn't have any issues closing. Okay, I'll get that out of the way. Alrighty. Okay, so let me get my glue back out. And I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. And I did not cut it enough. So I'm going to just have to cut it a little bit more, apparently. And I'm just going to guesstimate it. I thought I had it figured out where it would be just the right size, and apparently not. But I'm among friends. It's not going to be a big deal. All right, so now it will fit. And there's only one small little place up there that it doesn't cover. And I'm totally okay with that. The alternative was to do a square top. And then it would have a whole lot more showing. And I didn't want that. Okay. And I probably should have done this before I actually glued it together, but it's all right. I'm going to use Calypso Coral. And I'm going to bring my lid down like this. And then a part of this stamp set is a little cluster of flowers, like wildflowers. And so I'm just going to go along starting, and I want the bottom to be off. So I'm just going to go along like this. I want them to be right about the same amount of space. And I need to take my Kleenex and wipe that off because I got a little happy with it. I tell my students at my in-person classes, kiss the bunny. And I just dug it right in there for a second. That's what Connie Stewart says. Kiss the bunny. Okay, isn't that pretty? I really like that. Okay, that's all of this. Nope, one more thing. I took a stamp from Heart to Heart, and I wanted to say like to you or thinking of you or for you or something like that because I want this to be a gift. And so this actually does say for you, and I'm going to stamp it using Calypso Coral. onto a piece of 1/2 inch. Hold on, I want to do it down here and give it a little bit more space. Well, if I can do it straight. Okay, that's all the stamping I'll do with this. Okay, all right, so then I'm going to put this away and go ahead so that can go down like that. I'm using a punch, and I'm going to use this pattern paper because it's different than this one. It's one of those that was supplied. I'm just going to use my 1.5 inch punch. And can we have a moment of silence for our punches that are going away? I don't think mine will be going away, although I won't use them in classes, but just a moment of silence. It just makes me sad. Okay, and then I also, hold on, I'm missing something. I thought I brought them over here. That may be what fell on the floor, actually. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how I did this because I obviously don't have it. Let me go ahead and finish this real quick. I don't know what happened to it. Oh well, I don't want to take any more of your time than I have to. So, all right, so I'm going to create a banner in here. This one is a little bit long to do that, so I'm going to trim that off. So I'm going to go down the center, the middle, and then go at an angle like that. Okay, and then put a couple of the little minis, dimensionals. Oh, yuck, y'all. My nose. Okay. Then I'm just going to do it just about like that. Okay. And I'll just take this apart so I can show you what I did. Now, since I have this one open, I'm going to show you what my plan for this was. Hold on just one second. I'm so sorry. What my plan was for this is I created little cards that are 3 1/4 by 4. And as you can see, I used that same stamp set that's here, and I used all the colors that are in here. So I did Bumblebee, and I did Seaside Spray, and Pretty Peacock, and Calypso Coral. And my thought is I would like for each of my grandchildren, I may have to do one that's a little bit more masculine for my almost 16-year-old grandson. But I want to put little affirmations here, and I want to make, or either scriptures. And I'll probably print those out because my handwriting is atrocious. But I'll probably print those out and just put them right in here on top of these. But I wanted them to have scriptures or affirmations about how they're loved and all of that sort of thing. And they'll just go down inside of there. And then I was taking this braided twine, braided linen, is that what it's called? And I'm just going to tie it together. Now, I have those little Velcro things, and I could very well do that, but I'm going to do this loose enough, and I did actually bring my reverse tweezers, so I'm just going to put those in there like that, and I'm going to tie a bow like this with my messy, inky fingers. That's what I should have named my Facebook group, my business, Inky Fingers, because I am definitely that. Okay, and then this, I don't know if you noticed these. They're in the mini catalog. I thought that would be perfect to just kind of go up under there like that. On the paper pumpkin alternative, one of the alternatives they showed, they had a hole through it, and then they had it tied on, but I'm always looking for reasons to use the things that I have. So that's what I did with this. I'm just going to kind of stick it up under there like that. And I think it's perfect. And then all they have to do is just slip it off like this to see the little cards, and then slip it right back on. It's not too difficult to do. Yes, I could put a Velcro thing in there, and I may do that yet. But I just thought this was a sweet thing for my grandkids to learn how important they are and how special they are and that sort of thing. And I thought it would really mean a lot. I may do it for my daughter. So anyway, I love it. I just think it turned out so cute. Okay, so these are the things, just to recap, these are the things that I did tonight. This one, where I cut out this piece, because I don't know if Kathy's still on or not, but she wasn't on when I made this. I cut this piece out of here and then just kind of made a frame with it. I really like that. This was super, super easy. I really like the gatefold. I think that turned out super cute, even though I did get messy fingers on it. And this is adorable. What do you think? I really like it. Okay, so all up so I can see you, and I'll take my glasses off. All the web, everything that I used and all the measurements supplied, everything will be on my website no later than Friday. It may be it's probably going to be Thursday. And so you can check out the sizes and all of that, and anything else that I had that goes with it. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you have a great night and a great week. Bye.